Neil, second day of training, how they done today?
Done very well today. It was a tough session today. They've come back in good condition. Doesn't surprise me, we knew they would do. They've had programmes throughout the summer, so they basically get 2.5 weeks off when we break up, and then they get a programme to follow for the rest of the time till we come back in. That sounds very harsh. The programme starts really comfortable for them, building up to coming back in. So, like we were just talking off camera, really, the days when you had 6 weeks off and did nothing and then come back, that doesn't happen anymore. That they're very professional in the way they deal with things. So they come back in pretty good condition, which means, luckily for them, the footballs come out earlier than they used to do when I played.
Doesn't seem long since you were playing your last academy games though.
No, it's been a very quick turnover, particularly for the staff this year. The YT's the scholarship players, their season finished at the same time. We kept on the academy till the end of May, going into the first week in June, just because of the games had missed and trying to replace some of them. So yeah, for us it's been a very quick turnover, but it's always good to be back out on the grass with the lads.
How's your recruitment gone this summer?
Really good, really pleased with it. I've got a meeting this afternoon with the recruitment team, so we've got one or two, but we won't like always, we won't fill that unless we get the right.
How does it make you feel when players like Mattie Pollock go to a Premier League side?
Again, absolutely. People say you get proud, and obviously my job for Grimsby Town is to produce players along with the rest of the academy staff, but you do have a personal connection to the lads because you work very closely with them. So the biggest thing is obviously you want the club to benefit, and I think in a way Matt is the perfect scenario for us. He plays for 1.5 years or 2 years in our first team, and then goes on for a good value that the club can reinvest in whichever way they seem right for them. So I'm just end up being really pleased for the lads, because having been there where they are and set out, your dream is to go and play football at the highest possible level, and we wish Matty the best of luck, and I think with the attitude and the ability he's got, he'll have a really good career in football.
And what you got planned for the rest of the week?
Tomorrow will just be one session, so we'll do another session this afternoon, more upper body and strengthening. Tomorrow, because it's the first 3 days back, we'll do one longer session, and then the lads that have had the first time away from home will get a chance to go home a little bit earlier. We've got to be sensible. We do kick off, we have a game at Hull next Saturday, but if I can do it and we get the right amount of bodies and we get a few 16s up, the maximum they'll play is 45 minutes, so it'll be an extended training session, and we've got to just make sure that obviously that we're getting them fit without breaking any of them as well.
Because that's a very early game into next week.
It is probably 4 or 5 days earlier than ideally we would have chose, but Hull City, we spoke to Hull, to Richard Naylor over there, they're in the same situation as out, so I can't imagine it being a fast-paced game for the last 30 minutes of it, to be honest, but it also gives the boys an incentive. So for all footballers want to play football matches, so we just got to make sure that they're in enough of a good enough condition to be able to play the game and get something out of it without risking injury.
And your season starts earlier than the first team?
Yeah, we still come under the EFL guidance in the academy, so we start on the 7th, so we're a couple of weeks, I believe, earlier than the first team. So we've got a good schedule. We play Barnsley, we play Peterborough, Norwich. So we've got some good games, in Preston. We've got some good games that will give us a good level where we're at to start off with. And yeah, we start a couple of weeks earlier, finish a couple of weeks earlier as well, but it doesn't really matter that. It's the quality opposition will be the same as what we've always played, so we'll be able to judge their progression and where they're at